My name is Arshdeep Singh, and I am going to talk about the key concepts that I have taken from the chapters that you gave us. In the first chapter, I got some key concepts like first of multicultural settler state. The term multicultural settler state refers to Canada's complex social structure, which has been formed by a history of colonialism and wide range of culture backgrounds. Next one is indigenous justice system. Indigenous justice system are the many legal and justice frameworks used by indigenous groups, which are based on values such as harmony, respect, and repression. Restorative justice, restoring harmony and balance is the main goal of restorative justice, which places more of an emphasis on atonement and problem solving than punishment. Next one is sovereign indigenous justice system, as stated in the United Nations Declaration of Right of Indigenous Peoples. Indigenous groups have the freedom to establish their own self-governing legal system. Now, the colonialism, the historical process, frequently including violence and dispositions by which European settlers forced their legal system upon indigenous communities. So now the fourth chapter, institutional racism, examining racism without necessarily including racist institutions. Racism refers to situation in which organization have discriminatory practices or policies, even when the people imposing them are not racist. The next one is systematic racism, viewing racism as a byproduct of social structures in which prejudice or distinctions are perceived as consequences of society structures and interactions with the economic success and multi-faceted inequalities. Next one is racial profiling. When police and border security utilize someone's race to determine who to monitor, detain, or arrest, often based on prejudice and stereotypes. This is known as racial profiling. Now, the intersectionality, the study of intersectionality examines how different categories like race, class, gender, sexual organizations, and disability are related to one another and make it difficult to examine them separately. Over racism, over racism refers to direct experiences of racism in interpersonal relationships that have immediate emotions and subjective impacts. Example include hate speech and attacks motivated by bias or hatred. So now the its chapter. First of all, Frank Tannenbaum's dramatizations of evil. According to Frank, dramatizations of evil labels cause people to believe they are criminals. Micro Micro level theory, the emphasis of labeling theories on the unique experiences of individual in social settings. Now the Durkheim's impact, the relationship between labeling theory and Durkheim's thesis that crime is necessarily component of society. Now the critique of cultural relativism, issues with the labeling theory that could result in morally lenient perception of crime. Now the indigenous perspectives acknowledge the significance of indigenous knowledge system and how they have shaped criminological theories. Now the ninth chapter, first concept that I have learned from that is differential association theory. Edwin Southland proposed the differential association theory, which holds that people pick up criminal behavior through their interactions with the But the other hand, that exposure to define definitions that are more likely to result in breaking the laws, make someone delinquent. The next one concept is social learning theory. In order to explain criminal conduct, Roberts, Vargas, and Ronald Carson developed the social learning theory, which expands on differential association theory and uses elements like definitions, imitation, differential reinforcement, and differentiate associations. Now, the reinforcement is the theory that explains criminal behavior by taking into account past, present, and expected future rewards and punishments for actions. This theory include positive, negative, and mixed forms of reinforcement. Now, imitation, the act of copying another person's behavior after witnessing them engage in it. This behavior is especially important in the start of criminal activity inside a close night social grouping. Now, the social control theory, Travis theory states that an individual's connection, commitment, participation, and belief are examples of social bonds that control and regulate conduct. When these relationships are weak or destroyed, crime results. Now, the 10th chapter, the first concept from it is deviant sources of influence, connections, or influence that are associated with criminal activity. Now, predictors of crime. It means like criminal crime predictors are elements that consistently point to or anticipate a criminal activity. Now, meta-analysis, a research approach that and evaluates data from multi-studies to offer a comprehensive knowledge of a specific phenomenon. Now, the moderately strong impact, networthy and important degree of impact that is not exclusive. So, the last key concepts from this chapter is criminological theory. Theories that seek to explain criminal behavior are referred to as criminal theories. Now, the last chapter from it, I got some theories I got some key concepts from it. First of all, pump and dump are dishonest practices in which people increase stock prices artificially and then sell for a profit. Next one is a housing bubble, a sharp rise in property values that eventually collapse, and it is frequently uh, caused by WS lending practices. Now, the illegal surveillance and information manipulation and privacy violence occurred when the FBI, CIA, and NSA conduct unapproved surveillance. So, next one is illegal wars, like conflicts that are started without the right authority, such as 2003 U.S. invasion of Iraq, which was predicted on fabrications. So, last key concepts from last chapter is war profiteering due to extensive fraud in military spending. Corporation benefit from war by providing weapons and services. So, thank you everyone for